Rajon Rondo plans to rejoin the Lakers on a one-year, $2.6 million deal after clearing waivers. Rondo is a two-time champion and four-time All-Star who's now been on 3 different rosters since being a part of the Lakers team that won the bubble title in 2020. Rondo will join LeBron, AD, and their stable of veteran role players to provide depth at point guard behind Russell Westbrook. So, Shannon, how much do you believe Rondo will contribute?
He'll contribute more than he contributed with the Clippers. Skip, you know what?
Funny.
I don't know about you, Skip, but I've been places, and I walk in there, and I was like, you know what, homeboy, this ain't for me. I'm going to bounce. You're like, man, what's wrong, man? We just got here. I said, nah, I'm just not feeling it. Rondo got to the Clippers. Man, this ain't for me. Maybe it's the personalities. Skip, he has an abrasive personality. He's very matter of fact, very in your face. You do something wrong, you wrong. Ain't no, you a superstar. I got to walk on eggshells. I got to walk on, it's none of that.
Remember what he did?
Yeah.
He won a championship in Boston with Garnett and Pierce and Ray Allen and
so
Doc
you had,
Rivers.
look, everybody know KG, you got to stand up for yourself.
Yep.
And that's what he was brought up under.
Yep.
And here he is, this young guy with these veteran role players, these veteran star players.
Yep.
So, so he learned, okay, this is the way you do it. And he went to Lakers, and for whatever reason, Skip, the Lakers, if you look at Skip, the Lakers and the Celtics is where he's had, he had a great time. He had Sacramento. But if you look at the most success, it's with veteran players that want to win and kind of knows what it takes to win. And so I just felt that the thing was that you thought you were getting playoff Rondo, and it didn't mesh. And I think from the time that he got there, I believe he always wanted to stay with the Lakers. But it's hard to turn down Atlanta's $15 million when the Lakers can only offer you 2.6.
Agreed.
So he's back home. He's going to play 18 to 20 minutes. Caruso is playing 21 minutes. Maybe he gets Caruso minutes. But I believe he'll be somewhere around that. They'll define his role, what they expect of him, and he'll do unbelievable, better than what he did with you guys.
I thought he was made for my guys.
No, you guys made for trash.
And I believe that the great Jerry West, overseeing the Clippers, masterminded Rondo to Atlanta, and then at the trade deadline back to the Clippers, where he went and got his money so that Atlanta could pay him because the Clippers couldn't pay him what he needed and wanted.
Right.
So he comes back in, and I thought it would be the perfect fit. I thought he'd be the quarterback, the distributor, the sort of calmer down of a team that had blown a 3-1 lead in the bubble to the Nuggets. And I was wrong, because once he clashed with Kawhi at the end of Game 5,
it was over.
It was just over, because he basically called him out and showed him up in front of the world, because it's captured on camera as they're leaving the court after Kawhi had missed what was a desperation 3 from the corner that he didn't feel like was the best shot that they could have gotten. And Rondo's in his face. I'll give you this. Kawhi looked like he said something first, but then Rondo came hard back.
Yeah, you know you're not going to back down.
Okay, so what happened in the regular season that he played in with the Clippers last year, he averaged 20 minutes a night.
Right.
Yeah, we're seeing this. Yeah,
We're seeing the shot against the Mavericks.
Okay, there's the shot, and Kawhi didn't like the position that he got thrust into and airballed it. And then, of course, as they're leaving the court, it looked like Kawhi said something to Rondo, and Rondo got up in his face. And you can see Kawhi say, okay, is that how we're going to do it? And he's walking away, and he probably walked right upstairs and said, I can't deal with this guy. And you know and I know what started to happen. DNP did not play, started happening. He had 5 of those down the stretch of the playoff, including 1 inactive in the very last 3 games against the Suns. He was DNP, and you could just see the handwriting on the wall, out, gone. And then he traded, obviously, to Memphis, bought out, back to the Lakers. Okay, the difference in what Rondo was for the Lakers in the bubble, when you were bubble-licious, you won your cubic zirconia ring because you're a hater. You got to face the Miami Heat, the 5th seed in the East, in the finals.
Well, you make it seem like, okay, the Lakers got to choose who they got to play. They didn't. They won. They beat Milwaukee. They beat the higher seeds on the other side.
They lucked into it. And that's fine, because you got them, and this was even luckier, you got them without Bam and without Dragic. Okay, so it's basically a mismatch.
Well, you gonna do
took
it?
advantage.
Are you gonna do? So are you gonna do that for the Bucks? Because they basically got the Nets without Kyrie and James Harden.
They did. I'll buy that. Okay, I'll buy that. But Rondo became your unsung MVP because in games 2 and 6, the closeout game, he made 3 out of 4 threes in both games. I was shocked, and they were big, crucial, game-turning, game-saving
But he had played
threes.
well in the regular season for us. You made it seem like he just all of a sudden just came alive in the playoffs. Yeah, I understand the nickname, but he was playing well during the season.
I give you that. But who wasn't there in the regular season? Who wasn't there in the playoffs? Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Another force of nature, a solo act.
We're going to make it work.
All of a sudden, you have 2 point guards who are both as hard-headed as you can be. Both of them they're going to do it their way, not your way. They both think they know it all, and they know a lot.
Yeah.
Because Russell Westbrook has averaged triple-doubles for the last 5 years. That's impossibly great. Rondo is extremely high IQ, and he will be the first to tell you he's extremely high IQ. That is a collision course. That is a recipe for disaster because if he played 20 minutes last year, the Lakers, he played 21 minutes during the regular season. But look what Russ did last year for the Wizards. He played a career-high 36 minutes. In the playoffs, he played 37 minutes a game.
We're gonna bump that down.
You're going to bump it
Burn
down?
it down.
Says Shannon Sharp to Russell Westbrook.
Sacrifice.
If Russell's watching right now, he's rolling his eyes saying, yeah.
You want minutes or you want rings? That's the question you got to ask yourself. You want minutes or you want rings?
He wants TDs, as in triple doubles.
Skip, what is that? Okay.
Need to play.
Skip, he's got 184 triple doubles. What are the championships to go along with that?
Well, that's a great question.
If you think about it, Skip, everybody that has those high triple doubles, Oscar, the Big O, Robinson, got a ring.
He did.
Magic got a ring.
Yep.
Okay. LeBron got a ring. Jason Kidd got a ring. So Russ is the only one that got all these triple doubles. Wilt, Larry, all these guys, they got a bunch of triple doubles. They got rings. Kobe, Jordan.
Okay. Solo act.
No.
Very difficult to overcome and win with.
This we are the world. We bring a bunch of guys.
He thinks he is the world. And now he thinks he is Laker Nation because he grew up a Laker fan. And all of a sudden, it's his team. It's not LeBron's team anymore. It's Russ's team. And if you try to threaten his minutes with Rondo, those two will clash. They might clash in practice. Ultimately, they might clash on the floor in games because if you're going to play Rondo, you're almost going to have to play him more as LeBron's backup, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so you want LeBron to play off the ball at the 2. So if you play, or can you even dare to play Rondo and Russ together? Because I think you're going to have to.
Look, our job is to find a way that we get better as the season progresses so that once you hit the playoffs, you know your rotations and how it's going to be. That's what you do, Skip. We're going to win a lot of these games. The Lakers will win a lot of games for the simple fact they're going to be better.
Okay. Do you think you can find 21, 22 minutes a night for Rondo?
No, we're not looking to find him that many minutes. We're looking to find him somewhere between 17 and 18 minutes. We're looking to find Russ somewhere around 32, 33 minutes.
Really?
We're looking to find LeBron somewhere around 30 to 32 minutes. AD can get 35 minutes.
It sounds like you're the coach of the Lakers, and I don't think you are. I like what you're saying, but again, how do you implement that with those two hard-headed point guards? Ring? Okay, you can talk rings all you want to Russ, but in the end, he only knows stats.
I like stats.
Yep.
And hopefully you have the stats to go along with the ring, like my guy. See, my guy got the stats to go along with the rings and things.
He's got 6 NBA Finals losses.
That's okay, about to have 5 wins.
Really? Really? Are you predicting that?
Yeah, we about to have 5 wins with a 5 Finals MVP.
Well, if he wins in spite of Russell Westbrook, if he wins by overcoming Russell Westbrook, that would put him in the GOAT conversation this year. That's what you're predicting.
What you mean put us in the GOAT conversation?
For the first time ever, you would actually have a legit place within the confines of the conversation.
We've had a legit
place. You could actually join the conversation because that would be highly impressive, and that is not going to happen.
No.
You know it, and I know it. Deep down, you know you can't overcome Russell Westbrook because Durant couldn't, and James couldn't, and Kawhi didn't. He had
Which one of them guys is the GOAT?
Paul George said, nope, I can't do it.
Has anybody ever come anything with Paul George? Russ couldn't. They couldn't in Indiana. Kawhi couldn't.
Yep.
Oh, Kawhi had it, remember?
Yeah.
Our 3-1 lead.
You told me if Kawhi had stayed healthy, Clippers would have been in the finals, and then who knows what would have happened.
That's also if the Lakers don't stay healthy, which they didn't. If the Lakers were healthy, you weren't going anywhere.
Paul George looked a lot like playoff P to me last year. That's what I
Man, you better stop it.
Yep.
How you look against the
Regardless
Mavericks?
how the Lakers season
Kawhi didn't
ends
get
up,
healthy.
it is going to be must-watch TV
Yep.
with all of these names. But let's go back to the breaking news of the day. Could Cam Newton be headed down to Dallas? Don't go anywhere.
Yikes.
No mercy, no mercy.